The true measure of a person's character is not what they do when everyone's watching. It's what they do when nobody's around. It's in those quiet moments when the spotlight is off and there's no applause. That's where the magic happens. That's where transformation begins. Let me ask you this. What do you do when the doors are closed and there's no one to impress? Because that's the foundation of who you are. It's the time you invest in yourself, in your growth, in your craft, when no one else is paying attention. That's what sets the stage for your future. You see, anyone can perform when the audience is there. Anyone can put on a good show when the lights are bright. But it takes a special kind of discipline to show up for yourself when there's no external reward, no immediate praise. We all have our troubles in life. Back when I was just starting out, I had this hunger, this drive to change my circumstances. But the world wasn't watching me. No one cared if I got up early or stayed up late. No one was there to pat me on the back. And it's in those moments when you're alone, facing your own reflection, that you have to make a choice. You can either settle for where you are, or you can decide that where you are is not where you're going to stay. Now, this kind of transformation is not easy. It's not glamorous. It doesn't come with fanfare. It comes with sweat. It comes with long hours. It comes with the discipline to say no to distractions and yes to your dreams. When nobody's looking, that's when you pick up the book and expand your mind. When nobody's looking, that's when you make the extra calls to build your business. When nobody's looking, that's when you practice the skill, refine the art, and hone the talent. At age 25, I met Mr. Shoaff, a man who changed everything for me. He was a man of quiet discipline. He didn't make grand announcements about what he was going to do. No, he just did the work. Day in and day out, he invested in himself. Not because he needed the world to see, but because he knew the world would see the results eventually. He would say, "Work hard in silence, and let your success be your noise." You see, success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And who you become is shaped most powerfully when you're working in the dark, when nobody is around to give you credit. So, what does it take to transform yourself when nobody is looking? First, it takes a vision. You've got to see beyond where you are to where you could be. You've got to have a clear picture of what you're aiming for, because without a vision, the effort seems pointless. And without a vision, it's too easy to get distracted. You need a reason to put in the work when the world is asleep. You need a reason to say no to the things that don't serve your goal. Second, it takes discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And discipline isn't something you show to others. It's something you show to yourself. It's waking up early to seize the day. It's staying late to refine your craft. It's in the little decisions you make every day. Will you spend that extra hour on something that moves you closer to your goal? Or will you waste it on something that doesn't? And then there's integrity. When no one's looking, integrity's all you got. It's being honest with yourself about where you are and where you need to go. It's easy to fool others. It's easy to put on a facade when the world is watching. But when it's just you and your reflection, there's no hiding. Integrity means holding yourself to the highest standard, even when there's no one else around to hold you accountable. Now, here's the beautiful part. When you commit to transforming yourself in the quiet, when you invest in your growth in the shadows, the world will eventually see the light. You see, the marketplace, life, has a way of recognizing those who have put in the work. It's like the farmer who toils over his fields, planting seeds when no one else is watching. He waters, he weeds, and for a long time it seems like nothing is happening. But then one day the harvest comes, and everyone says, "Wow, look at his success." They don't see the countless hours he spent cultivating that success when no one else was around. Think about the athletes who perform at the highest level. What we see is the game-winning shot, the record-breaking performance. But what we don't see are the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices they made when no cameras were rolling. It's not the game that defines them. It's the hours they spent in the gym, on the field, when it was just them and their commitment. You must become your own coach. You must push yourself when no one else will. Because here's the truth. Nobody else can do the work for you. Others can inspire you. They can guide you. But only you can get up and do what needs to be done. And it's in those moments of solitude that you find out what you're truly made of. You discover the depth of your character, the strength of your resolve. Now, some of you might be thinking, "But Jim, it's hard to stay motivated when there's no immediate reward." And you're right. That's why it's so rare. That's why not everyone transforms their life. But let me tell you, the rewards of self-discipline, of quiet perseverance, are worth it. Because when you do the work when nobody's looking, when you prepare in the shadows, you're building a foundation that can't be shaken. You're building the kind of confidence that comes from knowing you've paid the price. When you invest in your personal development when nobody's looking, you're setting yourself up for success. Read the books, listen to the tapes, learn the skills, practice the habits. Not because someone is watching, not because you'll get an immediate return, but because you know it's building the person you're becoming. And here's the key. Don't be in a hurry for the recognition. Don't be in a hurry for the applause. The applause will come. The recognition will come. But if you chase those things, you miss the point. The point is to become someone of value, someone of substance. And that happens in the quiet moments of life, when you decide to keep going, to keep striving, even when there's no one around to see your effort. Remember, every moment you spend investing in yourself, you are compounding your future success. The time will pass anyway, so why not use it to become the best version of yourself? Why not use it to build skills, to develop character, to strengthen your mind? So I encourage you, embrace the solitude. Embrace the times when nobody is looking. That's your time to grow. That's your time to prepare. And when the time comes for you to step into the light, you'll be ready. You'll be prepared. And the world will take notice. Not because you sought their approval, but because you sought to become the best you could be. And that, my friends, is the essence of true transformation.